Good morning, scrubs. As I continue to still do the good work, the Lord's deed, washing clothes, taking care of the things in the household that's supposed to be taken care of. I want to tell you guys, don't forget to hit the like button coming through the door. Support the page. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell. As you know, we got to do these because if we don't, the lies will spread across the galaxy. All these lies, lies, lies they tell. So, they took their proper time and waited before they start popping out with these not Kwame Brown, but Kobe Bryant documentaries. Now it's like, oh, Kobe Bryant documentary left. Kobe Bryant documentary right. And what we're going to talk about is the Colorado trial. Colorado, Colorado, Colorado. It's like, damn. You know, that wasn't the only thing in his life that was difficult that he went through. Okay, I get it. Colorado is what you want to focus on. Now, in case you've been under a rock, all right, there was a time in Colorado where Kobe Bryant had an affair with a hotel clerk lady that turned into an assault case, that no charges was filed against him. They settled for whatever it was behind the scenes, got it erased so Kobe can go home with his career and they can get this thing over with. Now, the strain of this caused his wife to have a miscarriage. She was pregnant at the time, Vanessa Bryant. And because of this, this really hurt Kobe. A lot of people thought he bought her an engagement ring to keep her quiet and for her forgiveness. He wanted to forgive himself because, he lost a child in the middle of all this. It wasn't just the embarrassment for him. He don't care about that. He cared about the embarrassment he caused his family. So that was more hurtful to him than anything, is that he failed them, and let them down. But he was not guilty of what they claimed. So after that ordeal, she's a mother. They eventually have another daughter, Gianna. And things are going well with Kobe, but the NBA still doesn't want to promote him and kind of made him like an afterthought. And with the Shaq breakup and the breakup pretty much of the Lakers, they put the promotion around Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal to try to get Miami a championship while the Lakers tried to rebuild around Kobe Bryant. During this time period, the media was unforgiving of Kobe and kept bringing it up whenever they played Denver, still come about. So these and more. Okay, I don't know what just happened here. Something went wrong, but I guess it's working. Is it working now? Okay, cool. What's up, Mr. Bailey? I see you. Somebody hit a comment in the comment section if it's still working. Okay, cool. We still here? We still good? All right. You know, we got to tell the truth before the liars get their hands on it. So, now, going through the motions, they decided they are putting their market and all their money into a new player named LeBron James. LeBron James is their new direction. He's their new player, but he's green. So they need time for him to, develop. So that's their focus. And here comes Dwayne Wade, this young player, just been in the league 2 years, and he's an NBA champion. He's MVP of the finals. Kobe Bryant was basically MVP of the season, but only can get his team to the first round. And he was going to be looked at as an afterthought, a memory, or a guy that they can use to sell a lot of tickets. He was not happy with this. And he talked to Vanessa and said, we might be moving because it's not going to work. And as a supportive wife, they talked about it, and they really tried to stay in California. And they thought, okay, let's move towards, Chicago seemed to be the fit. They came here, actually saw the schools, took a tour of the neighborhood of where they were going to be going to school. They're going to be living in Lake Forest, near Highland Park, and not too far from where Michael used to live. And pretty much don't nobody really bother you in this neighborhood, so you'll be okay. It was rather unique, the situations. So they found this good school for the kids, because that was important to Kobe, was what schools was that they have the education for his children, the chance to learn multiple languages. He wanted his children to be bilingual, speak 3-4 different languages. So that was important for him. He wanted them to be able to appreciate culture and be able to communicate with everybody. So he really was pushing for that. So he was on his way to the Chicago Bulls. They told him the Bulls was ready to make the deal. Dr. Buss really was going to make it. But in return, Kobe see that the Bulls were strip mining all of their players. Luol Deng, all the good players are leaving the Bulls to come over to the Lakers. He said, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not going to be left with anything. It's like I'm basically going from the same situation I am over here to the same situation I am over there. So this ain't going to work. This is a problem. So this was not ideal for him. So promises was made with the Lakers, saying that they're gonna vie for a championship. Don't worry, don't do this deal. Don't go to the Bulls. Don't force a trade. Whatever you want, Kobe. We're all in. So we all know how that plays out. Deals are made. Players are traded. And as everything is going in the direction it was going, and as everybody saw how the basically the format was going, Kobe Bean Bryant excelled. He thrived. He didn't falter. and he took it to the next level. He went to the NBA Finals and lost to the Celtics, and that fueled him to come back. And in 2009, he won the championship. So, after winning a championship and feeling himself, Kobe felt relieved, like a weight was off his shoulder. He's back being adored by the NBA. They're no longer bringing up Colorado. He's beloved by the NBA. All of that stuff is gone. All that nonsense. Right? Then things started to change for Kobe. He got that off his back. He felt, this is feeling good. I'm free. Now he got 2 championships. Back to back. They beat Boston. He got that on his resume. He beat the Celtics. He had to beat the Celtics. Had to get them back. So when he beat the Celtics, they got the championship. They got 5. Kobe got 5 rings. And this is the part they want to focus on so bad. Now, Sebastian Telfair, right? He comes out and says, oh, Kobe got all these women. Kobe did this and this and this and that. Yes, it is true. Kobe had women. Okay? But not like how he's making it out to be. Were there problems? Yes. Kobe and Vanessa were going through problems during that time because Kobe had resorted back to how he used to be. Now that he had the weight off of his shoulders, he was basically being the old Kobe again, taking things for granted. He was caught one time on camera with a girl being extra close to him during the Dream Team. When he was overseas, and Vanessa was called and says she was surprised that Kobe would let somebody do that, like on camera. And after the second championship, while they're going for a third championship, you know, that whole season was turmoil. It was turmoil the whole season between Vanessa and Kobe. The problems that they were having, which was very personal between those two, it was very much for the world to see. And you really didn't see it if you wasn't paying any attention. But they ended up splitting up, and the world didn't know. They were separated. Kobe wasn't living in the house anymore. And most of this was due to infidelity, but they had other problems. They were distant from each other. They were having problems that married people have when they're young and married. And when after years and years of being in it, it's not just the other women and things of that nature. It's just that the relationship had a lot of strain from what other marriages have. Most of it is family members from other families. Her mother, his parents, his father, his mother, Kobe and his family, which had gotten back on good terms, had resorted into going back into bad terms. They weren't speaking anymore after they, what Kobe said, violated his trust into them. And they went behind his back and tried to sell his memorabilia and all the stuff that he wanted to give to his kids. One day they're trying to sell all his old high school stuff online. Kobe had to put a court junction in place to stop them from doing that. So it was a lot of stress that their family was putting on Vanessa, blaming Vanessa again for isolating Kobe away from the family. It was stressful. It was really stressful for them. And being a young couple, that's what happens. So they're gonna put out these documentaries to try to lie to y'all to make Kobe look like a bad person. They're gonna do it. Trust me. That's what they're gonna do. They're trying to get ready to do it. So before they start the lies, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So Kobe and Vanessa were separated for a while. For in 2011, they were separated. So when Kobe was dating other women, he was separated. Now, was he dating women prior to that? Probably. But it wouldn't be somebody basically in the United States. I'm going to tell you that now. It would probably be overseas somewhere, like when he's touring or something. But no. But they were separated for a while. And when it looked like it was just getting to the point where she's like, well, if you're going to just live and start another relationship and whore around, ain't no need of us being married. Why are we faking it? So she went public. While they were working out the terms to do it privately, she went public and said, I'm filing for divorce. 13 years ago. Vanessa said, that's it. I'm filing for divorce. So when she said she was filing for divorce, that's when in Newport Beach, California, Kobe Bryant had already transferred everything over to Vanessa. He signed over 3 mansions that they have that's worth about 20 million. Signed that over to Vanessa immediately. And at that time, Kobe only had like $100 something million. He had to give her half. He had agreed to give her the 75 million for the divorce for the kid. So the 75 million for Vanessa at that time, 13 years ago, she'd have got 75 million and 3 mansions. And Kobe gave her the rights to all 3. He didn't want them. Said she could have all 3 of the properties. All the mansions are connected, like they're right by each other in that whole area. Kobe brought all 3 mansions. He didn't want neighbors, nothing. So he bought out the 3 mansions over there in that Newport Beach area. What's up, Smiley Smile? Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Hit the like button, y'all, so y'all can appreciate the truth. Uh, so, while going out, dating, playing, going through the hardship of what they went through that year, which was horrific, just going through those emotions. And Cole missed his family. The single life wasn't what he thought it was going to be. Mm-mm. These women, they're just, it's like pay this, pay that, pay this, pay that. You paying for an apartment for a girl, you be moving. He saw that life, and it was affecting the team play. They didn't three-peat that year. They lost in the first round. Powell's a mess. Another teammate sleeping with his wife. Shannon Brown was sleeping with his fiance at the time. Those two have to play together when this is going on. And Kobe's like, look, let's put all that to a side. Let's win the championship. And they lose. They lose in the first round to the Dallas Mavericks. That's embarrassing. It's literally embarrassing. So what ended up happening after that was Kobe man, he started, sending flowers. Her birthday came around, and he did the hang, sending her flowers and letters, and wrote a hand letter and all these things, apologizing. The kids' birthday came around, and they had to co-parent for the birthdays. He came by, and they just had fun, you know. And she loves Kobe, loved him, still loved him. She never stopped loving Kobe Bryant. She was never somebody who was there for the money. Everybody always assumed like, oh, she just there because she there for the money. Young girl. She actually loved Kobe. That's what his parents. Of course, initially you gonna think that. Here she is working at Polo Loco, and they get married, and she's like what, 18? He's like 20. It's like they're young. And his dad, like, you don't know what you're doing. But Kobe is, when he wants something, he wants something. He knew, like, this is what I want. He loved Vanessa. And about the end of 2011, after New Year's, I think it was right after New Year's, going into 2012. It was shortly after New Year's. Um, Kobe ended up saying, we got to talk. And they talked for like 2 hours. He went and talked to her for like 2, 3 hours, and he poured out his soul. I don't know what all he said, but he poured out his soul and said, I want my family back, basically. And it's like, no, I put it in writing. I'm done. Like, you're never gonna have a problem with me. I'm done. Like, it's all out my system. I'm done. Like, that me is done. I'm 100% in. So that part was done. 100% in. So he had told her that he was going to retire quicker than what he did. He ended up playing more years because he ended up, being hurt, and he was at home more, trying to get himself back together to play. He ended up extending his career longer than what he probably would have played. But he was chasing a sixth ring. He was like, I just want to get six. If I get six, if I get a good enough team, if I get to six, at least have one more run so I can try to get the six. If I can't get the six, then that's just it. I'm comfortable with it, but I wanted to have at least one more run. But it wasn't to be. And he was comfortable with it when he left basketball. But he made a promise to Vanessa, and he gave Vanessa all three mansions anyway. And said, nope, they're yours. I don't want to change it back. Nope. All three houses are yours. It's in your name. It's yours. She took Kobe Bryant and said, she called off the divorce and said, we reconciled, and that's it. Like, we together. It's me and you. And they end up having two more children. And Kobe, she's never had a problem with Kobe. Those years were the best years of their marriage. The absolute best years of their marriage was from 2012 on. The absolute best years. Do I feel what? Oh yes, definitely hit the like button, y'all. I know y'all just got here. Please hit the like button so y'all can like the video up. So she never divorced him. They got back together, reconciled, and they had two more beautiful children, and they kept moving forward. And she never had another problem out of him. He was 100% in. So before they put out these documentaries to try to slander his name and make all these crazy stories, yes, losing Kobe Bryant is always gonna hurt. I'm like, him and Gianna and the other 9 people that was there. I mean, as you can see on my wall, I see it every day. Kobe Bean Bryant, gone too soon. So, yeah, that always gonna sit with me. Seeing, but yeah, they love story is it's a basic tale. I've seen this story. This is my boy and his wife. They basically have the same story. And, she was somebody they thought was after his money. But it wasn't the case. They loved each other. And he looks like Kobe. He's like a darker version of Kobe Bryant. And she was young when they met, and she kind of looks like Vanessa Bryant a little bit. And that's crazy. But they went through their ups and downs. They had 2 girls, and they went through their ups and downs. They separated for a while, and they ended up coming back together stronger than ever. So I don't know. It's just sometimes when you get married young, you don't really know like what forever is. And for men, it's kind of hard. Because somebody don't have to be your family for you to feel pain for somebody else gone. My grandma would cry for anybody that lost their lives. It's just the natural empathy that people have. But sometimes people in the conditions and the way they grow make them cold and desensitized to just common human nature. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's why you always gotta try to make sure you're doing your best. And if you guys are young in a relationship, it doesn't matter if you got hundreds of millions of dollars and things of that nature. But look at what happened. She loved her husband. She would rather give all that money back just to have Kobe and her daughter back. You think that she would take the money over the life of Kobe and her daughter? She would have him back in a heartbeat. That's her heart. That's her family. That's her life. Like they feel that pain every day. We go around our lives, we can just, when we see something, then it dawns on us, but she has to live that every day. So for them, it's a lot different. And to see them make a documentary that's gonna try to, you know, darken a light on Kobe, to try to highlight the Colorado stuff. You knew this garbage was coming. You knew it was with these documentaries. They're gonna keep coming out with them, and they're gonna start telling lies. So I said, well, all right, let me tell the truth, and then when we get the truth out there, then people can go ahead and say, okay, well, yeah, this truth was out here. So It doesn't have to be mega sports athletes. If you knew what was going on at that time. So I knew what was going on at that time. I don't have to tell you the exact reasons I know. But let's just say we know people that was very close to the situation. And those two kept things very tight. Okay? But there was a very, very big reason we was able to know some things. Okay? There was a reason TMZ had the scoop. That was strategic. Because believe me, it was not supposed to come out. That was strategically done by Vanessa and her team when that happened. She never wanted the divorce. She felt no other choice. He didn't want to come home. He didn't want to be there. She's like, then if you don't want to be the husband, then why are we gonna pretend? I don't want to do it. So when he came back and was like, okay, I want my family back. I'm all the way in. You can keep the houses. You can keep all of it. I don't. Mm-mm. It's all you. Now she stayed with her husband. She's entire. Now she's got the whole estate. So instead of having 75 million, you know, living with the kids in an empty house without a family, trying to date another guy and hopefully, he's not trying to rip her off. And everybody's like, well, was she going to date again? Who cares? That's her personal life. But now she's got to go against her own mother. The same problems they were having, beforehand, as the mom think she's supposed to get Kobe's money. So right when her daughter dies, Gianna, Kobe dies, she's got dealing with that. Her mom's trying to sue her for money. The same problems they were having when they were married. This is why. Mama's there. She was the babysitter. I was the babysitter. You're their grandmother. I'm the longtime personal assistant nanny. Y'all remember this? Wicked lady. That's her mom felt like she ain't getting enough money. And it's like, she got to pay you. They're paying you to watch your grandchildren. That's your grandchild. Your grandchildren. They're in a tragedy. Kobe's dead. And you're like worrying about getting money from your daughter for your lifestyle when they've been taking care of you. It's just, this is what happens. So, like I said, those problems were there from Kobe's side of the family, from Vanessa's side of the family, stress. So it's more than just one thing that's going on. I mean, it's going to be hard for her to date, because her husband was Kobe Bryant. Whoever she dates next, I mean, to live up to that in LA, it's going to be massive. People be coming up to him like, dude, you better not mess up. That's Kobe's, right? That's Kobe's. We watching you. We watching you. So, yeah, that's how they going to be. So, she can't really date somebody high profile because their whole life will be scrutinized by the legacy of Kobe. I don't like to focus on right. I don't like to focus on how they died or how he died. I rather focus on how he lived, and the fact that, Gianna, I felt like she was robbed of the chance or the situation to move forward, you know. No. He was on his way to make some very monumental moves as far as education for kids. He was going to change women's basketball. He basically did. The Mamba Academy brought a lot of attention to women's basketball. And then, now we have the Caitlin Clarks. You have Candace Parker, who was playing ball at that time. They were on television doing broadcasts. Before they wasn't really doing that. Wasn't too many women doing these things, and Kobe was one of the people that was championing, and with his name power, was highlighting, girls basketball. So people were paying attention, wanting to see where Gianna was going to go for school, where she was going to be picked. So, she she definitely, depending on how she was, and what she grew, how tall she became, she might have got her sister's height. Who knows? But Kobe was interested that she was interested, and the fact that he was working with her, and I just see the passion, and him taking time out to do that, getting into film. He won an Oscar. He was so proud of that Oscar, that he won that, his first project out for Dear Basketball. And he was looking forward to making big moves with uh, technology and new tech world and all of these things. And he was learning. It was something else. So he was getting ready for the next chapter of his life. Basketball is only for a certain part of it. You're not supposed to like play basketball till you're like 45, and all of this is like, that's crazy. It's time to do other things. It's kind of like time to move on. And that's why he said he wasn't coming back to play. Like when they were putting all that notion out in the news, Vanessa killed that noise quick. Like, no, we just got my husband back. He's not coming back to help LeBron do anything. No, it's not happening. Don't even put the pressure on him to try to come back. Like, you don't want to answer that question. It's not happening. And for whatever little time that they had left, those years was probably most precious. Having him at home, picking the kids up, dropping them off at school. Those are the moments they're gonna probably remember the most, is those moments, because those are the ones that count the most. Should the parents have been at the funeral? It was just so much turmoil that, it's things that y'all don't even know. I don't even know. I have no idea about that portion of it. But they fell out again and they were not close to the family. Uh, Kobe's sister, she's still close to him. It was just the mother and father. They were, they stuck in their ways. And, I know what that's like. They're older. Being Kobe, he's got the same gene as Kobe. Jelly Bean is like, I'm your daddy, no matter what. And I'm gonna do it this way. And Kobe's mom is basically a diva, and she doesn't know how to turn that off. She was the wife of an NBA player, and she was the hot diva girl, and you know she can't turn that off, and they overspend money. Kobe used to give them money, and he would overspend it, and that's led to problems. And Jelly Bean, rest in peace. And the mom, the way she was, every time you seen her, she was dolled up to the T, and well, Kobe was the only boy. They had girls, and Kobe was the only boy. So he was spoiled. He was hard headed, and he was going to do things his way. But you see a lot of Kobe's game and his father's game. If you watch some of the old Jelly Bean highlights, you will see Kobe. You'd be like, oh, wow, that's crazy. I was looking at that and I was like, wait a minute. That looked like Bean. Because it was Bean doing his thing. I swear, the way he attacked the basket one time, he looked just like Kobe Bryant. And I said, oh my God. Because I had never really looked at Jelly Bean really play too much because I was way before my time. And man, they had showed some highlights of Jelly Bean, and I said, that looked like Bean. Kobe's estate is over 600 million. Not that it matters now, but just 13 years ago, it was at 100 and something. Now it's over 600 and climbing. No, she's not dating Bad Bunny. I've heard a lot of crazy rumors. She's dating Bad Bunny. She's dating an Italian man. She's dating. I don't. Right. I will not confirm or deny and don't care about her dating history. Let her have any type of happiness she can have. Kobe was just fortunate he found a woman that loved it unconditionally. Well, you want to always make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And you want to always make sure that your family's protected. So I try to learn from Code from the business side is taking care of what needs to be taken care of because you might not be here forever. And the way Trump doing these tariffs, you better make sure you protect your assets. Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. Well, y'all voted for the guy. So it is what it is. Kobe liked to go to Disney World and theme parks. That was his thing. He loved theme parks. He would rent out the theme parks and would go there. He didn't trust a lot of NBA players because he seen them like how they were out and about. He didn't like too many people around his wife or things like that. Uh, him and Carl Malone, like that situation, what was said, I think she took out of context that Carl Malone was flirting with her, but I don't think he was. But Kobe just was livid because he looked at Carl and knows Carl history is basically a womanizer, like so he was like he just reacted in a way that was crazy. And Carl Malone was coming back to the team. That was the thing. They was gonna bring Carl Malone back. That killed that. Hmm. Well, there's so many things that people have to improve on. They need to, right. There's so many instances people just don't know and they just don't need to know. It's like stop prying. It's over. It's over. Oh, come on. LeBron will never touch Kobe. Look, LeBron is never going to be bigger than Kobe Bryant, period. Y'all believe LeBron is big because they promoted him so crazy. Hmm. Come on now. He would never. LA is Kobe. If you think LA loves LeBron more than they love Kobe Bryant, you are out your goddamn mind. See, you LeBron fans are sick. Y'all are sick. Y'all really are. Y'all love that man so much. Y'all come over there and think y'all know more than Laker fans. Would you know more than a? Do you know the Laker fans care about championships? They don't care about no individuality crap. They care about what you did and what you went out there to do for the team to win championship. Kobe gave everything to the Lakers. Everything. Did LeBron? This dude coming out there getting drunk on the sideline, eating food on the bench. It was like, dog, do that in the back. What you doing that outside for to in front of people? He just take the game for granted. Take the game for granted. This video had nothing to do with him, and y'all want to bring this bum name in the conversation. We was talking, trying to get ahead of all this stuff before they come with this documentary crap. When they come around with the lies. Mm-hmm. A lot of people did that. A lot of people were in their feelings, or you see people go through changes, like almost like metamorphosis. Like they've been in the league for so long, you could see when someone's kind of checked out. Like the goal ain't win a championship this year. It's like I'm just going through the motions right now because I'm at the end of it. That's how Kobe was that last season. I saw it, and I saw him comfortable with it, and how competitive he was. People were worried about him, checking in on him, making sure he was all right. You know, when the season started next year, and you're not going into the locker rooms, like only thing they really miss the most is those conversations in the break room, like in the locker room. Oh, they missed that. The players miss that more than anything. Now the actual game, the meetings, the practices, like some of them do miss that, the crowd screaming, but not that much. They miss the camaraderie with the guys. So the podcast has kind of helped them with that. Like some of the guys is like, man, we get paid to sit here and talk about the game. Oh man, this is great. So now some of them gotta watch what they say because they be telling way too much. But no, Hell no. LeBron would never, ever. I don't care about what he did in Cleveland, Miami, wherever the hell. It's LA. Dog, what is you talking about? What are you talking about? That's the LA Lakers. Do you know what they had before LeBron come in there with some damn here's my play-in tournament, in-season tournament banner and this bubble chip? You bringing that to the damn Lakers? They got real banners up there, real championships. Magic brought 5. Kobe brought 5. They went 7 times to the NBA Finals in a Lakers uniform. Magic went 10 times. He played for 13 years and went to the finals like 10 times. They brought 5 in, and you think that a guy who ain't coming in with a bubble chip in some doggone in-season tournament, talking about he the king, is gonna replace Magic and Kobe? Hell, and Kareem? He could be up there. You saw they took the mural and messed that mural completely up when you tried to insert LeBron James in it. Ain't no Laker fan finna accept that. They got 16 championships before you walk through the door. You've done nothing in 6, 7, 8 years except for steal money, destroy their draft picks, ruin the team, go through 3, 4 coaches. You have done nothing for Lakers basketball. Lakers basketball is about winning championships. Do you think Jason Tatum that's like them saying, all right, Jason Tatum, you the greatest Boston Celtic player there is. You greater than what Paul Pierce is. He only brought us 1 and you brought us 1. Well, I think you up there with Larry Bird now. Forget McHale and Bird and Parrish. Forget all them. We got Jason Tatum. He's the greatest ever. It sounds stupid now, don't it? When you say Jason Tatum, it's like, man, he just won the chip. He did something LeBron didn't do. He won a legit championship and was the face of the team when he did it. He won MVP, but he was the face of the team. LeBron could win 7 championships. It ain't gonna matter. He ain't gonna catch no Kobe Bryant. Look, Kobe Bryant is cemented. You're not taking over LA. Period. It's Kobe's time. You know why it don't matter if LeBron wins another championship or not? Because he won't be winning the championship. It's Luka's team now. Luka Doncic won a championship for the Lakers. You are now the co-pilot. Shaq got to check in, but LeBron don't. Because LeBron ain't going to those places. LeBron ain't hanging out at no club. LeBron don't hang out in LA. If he go anywhere, it's not no club. It's an NBA event with other NBA players. He ain't trying to go in there hang out with Meek Mill and hang out with Future. If they gonna hang out, they gonna hang out in Beverly Hills. They gonna hang out somewhere where that activity ain't finna be tolerated. No way, shape, or form. Hmm. Sometimes you gotta marry your best friend, and that's what Kobe did. He married his best friend. Now I ain't saying your best friend is your homeboy, but I'm saying if your best friend female, your girl should be your best friend. Well, I should be. I should be. No, stakes is high, man. They put them high for everybody else because if you don't make the stakes high, then what are you really saying? I mean, Nick Young is somebody that, yeah, when he was there, him and Kobe got into it. Well, Kobe got into it because he was the wrong fit for the Lakers. He's swaggy P. When he come to the Lakers, at that time he had already, been with Gil, going through his progression. They get Swaggy P from, the Wizards. And, he could score. Swaggy could shoot, he could hoop. Like people forget that he could actually hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay. Mm-mm. When you have a real production team or a real like squad that they're putting things together with, then you can start to make those type of insertions. You can start making those type of decisions. But when you don't see things that's like getting in the way of progress or helping you, any which way it go, you're gonna automatically feel a certain way. We felt a certain way. No, it's because they never cared. When you see people on the, well, yeah, when they're out and about and they're doing their thing, they don't normally care, dog. Well, seriously. Those people don't normally care. They're moving to their own beat on what they want to do. So please, LeBron, what has he brought to the team? The team had to bring Luka Doncic over, a top NBA player, top 5 NBA player, who's better than LeBron James ever was. So they brought him on to the team. He's outplayed LeBron every year of his career. When LeBron won MVP, the last year when Luka didn't win it, he had the better year than LeBron has ever had in his career. Those are facts. Luka Doncic is a better player than him, and he's always been it. They got mad at me for saying it before, and it's then. Tell me who was better than Kobe Bryant. Who was better than Kobe Bean Bryant? Mm-hmm. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I see you, Big Brazy, Barbosa. No, that's why I've already done that. Carl Malone, I think that was a misunderstanding where he was just saying that like I'm on the hunt for Mexican women, for young Mexican women. He wasn't trying to say that for her. He was just being, sarcastic, like joking, but he wasn't trying to pick her up. Like he wouldn't dare. He's about to try to come on the team. He's not going to try to take the wife. Like they hate the fact like what I did with Terrence Howard. Like, oh, they hated that. Oh yeah, they hated that all the way through and through. Because that's what I say. It's an agenda. It's an agenda to try to tear down. The agenda is let's tear down Diddy. Don't you think it's convenient? Why didn't he say all this beforehand? All the stuff he talking about is from like 2006. You could have said this on any platform. All this stuff that happened in 2006, 2007, around that time, you had all these years to say all this stuff. You wait till a month before Diddy's trial to come out and say what you said. Come on, bro. Who put the battery in your back? And on my Patreon, we tell you the exact real reasons that I couldn't tell you on here. But we could tell you, we pretty much broke down all the cap that he was talking about. Taking things out of context, turning it to what he wanted it to be. That dude got some nerve. Well, that's because the American public has has spoken. And when the American public has spoken, they come at you in different ways. And when they come at you in different ways, it's a, it's a, it's a different feeling than what many people may know. Yes, I am like that. I do more at I do more at 3 a.m. than most people do in their whole life. Yes, that's me. No, they have a Kobe Bryan documentary coming out. Netflix is spending all this money to do a Kobe documentary, and from what I'm hearing, they're coming with more sensationalism than everything else. They want to put the focus on Colorado, mostly, So I want to give you guys the truth before they try to tell you about the divorce and all that stuff. Many of y'all didn't even know all that stuff. But we knew because we remember what was going on at the said time. Like a lot of it wouldn't have been known to us if they didn't want us to know, because they were handling things in private. Then it all got public. Then we found out everything. So, again, that's just how it is. Yeah, I'm tired, bro. But it's work to do. So, get to work, then I'll go to sleep. Get the rest. What's going to happen today? OKC will beat the Lakers by like 25. The Lakers will get beat by 25 tonight. I got so much money riding on that right now. So if you want a lock, that's the lock. OKC by 25. They going to return the favor and then some. Oh, the Lakers don't have a prayer tonight. I might go live for that game tonight. So please join in. Thanks everybody who hit the like button. Go to the Patreon so you can see what was left out of that Chris Tucker versus Chris Rock video. You get to understand the missing piece that I took out of that video. That's on the Patreon. Yes, I do need to get some rest. When my cheeks start getting chubby like this, I need rest. Big time. I need a haircut. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Let it grow out some. Shoot. My hair grows very weird. So let it do that. Appreciate y'all though. Y'all get out and do something productive today. In the name of Kobe and Gianna and all those 9 people that was on that plane or helicopter. Yeah, go out there, do something positive today. Do something different. Break the formula. Break the pattern. Do something different. I'm out. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Welcome to HDII TV Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. We out.